There's also a reason that the design for a safer Sephiroth is different from the original game, but I unfortunately can't share more about that. You know, when you say stuff like that, it kind of says a lot. It kind of says a lot there, Nomura. I can't believe it's been more than a year since Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has come out, and we now have our kind of first look at the iconic final boss from the original game and what it might look like in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, confirmed based off of the words of Nomura himself, saying that this is basically what we can expect. So if you don't know, Magic the Gathering right now has a collaboration coming out next month for Final Fantasy, and it's the entire series of Final Fantasy from 1 all the way to 16. There's so many cards. It's like every day they're showcasing new stuff that I'm shocked at how many there are going to be. The official Final Fantasy VII Twitter page posted the Sephiroth cards that Nomura himself worked on. You can see at the bottom, it does say that the artwork was designed by him. Pretty badass. This Sephiroth card can transform into Safer Sephiroth, which this card is titled Sephiroth the One-Winged Angel. And there's some really interesting stuff about this in particular, because the quote from Nomura here says, "This time around I drew Sephiroth on both the front and back sides of the card. I actually drew them so that they would join up if placed one on top of the other. So if you manage to get two of the same card and line them up, you'll see how the original illustration looks. There's also a reason that the design for a Safer Sephiroth is different from the original game, but I unfortunately can't share more about that." You know, when you say stuff like that, it kind of says a lot. It kind of says a lot there, Nomura. I'm a noob when it comes to Magic the Gathering. I've been playing recently over the last week and a half, just trying to learn it. I love card games. I've mostly devoted most of my time to stuff like Runeterra and Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger. Magic never really grabbed my attention, so this collaboration is working. Square Enix, this is a good collaboration here because it's actually working. It's getting people to want to learn how to play Magic, and it's also probably gonna do the opposite as well, where it's gonna get a lot of Magic fans to want to play Final Fantasy games and experience the series, which ultimately is what you want from a collaboration. Both ends to basically a celebration of a series, but it's for both communities to come together and enjoy one thing, right? So let's look at the full art of this Sephiroth. It's actually pretty badass, man. They have all of his forms here, from the Ever Crisis younger Sephiroth at the bottom. Love this pose, by the way. This is such a sick pose for him. And the older Sephiroth that we know, right? Both evil and good, Nibelheim. And then you scroll up here, there's Bizarro Sephiroth, also tucked underneath Safer Sephiroth. And at the very, very top, of course, you got Safer Sephiroth. And he looks kind of different, man. In this particular artwork, you notice he has both of his arms. In the original game, he didn't. He only had the one arm and the one wing, and kind of a purple materia, I would say, lodged into the shoulder. That's what that looks like to me. So let's go back and see, now it's actually blue. I wonder if there's any significance to that. Maybe he's elemental base or got added effect, or who knows. You go back and you look at the original Twitter post, there's actually this blurry ass photo that Nomura took, which I wish was a little bit sharper, but you can see he's actually drawing this by hand. This is so sick. Basically calling out and saying, hey, this Safer Sephiroth looks different, but I can't share why that is the case. And why would he not be able to share it? It's because it pertains to a future title they have coming out called Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, whatever that title is going to be. This is the only card I've seen that Nomura has worked on. I don't know if he's doing any others, but this is the only one that they've mentioned and brought up. And every day it seems like new art pieces are coming out, new cards as well. I didn't see a Barret card until today, which was shocking. I was like, yo, there's no way they're not gonna have a Barret card, is there? Be sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bell to help raise that 38% even higher, so you don't miss out on any of the MTG stuff that we'll be planning on doing for the channel. Looking forward to learning it, getting better at it, and playing with you guys. And I also hope you guys have been playing Clear Obscure Expedition 33. If you have played it, please check out our videos on the story explained. It's a lot of heavy spoiler stuff, but man, I just need to talk to more people about it because the story is absolutely phenomenal. All the characters, as you expect, would have it, and of course, it's going from Final Fantasy 1 all the way to 10, 14, 13, 16, all of them. They even got serialized chocobos, which I'm very upset about because me, as a card collector, somewhat, when it comes to a serialized unique card, I can't resist myself. So there's gonna be 77 gold chocobos in the world, and this is gonna be in the wild to find. It's not as crazy as the Lord of the Rings one, where there was one, I think, of the ring, and it went for a crazy amount, but gold chocobos, 77 of them. I think they learned their lesson with that. So that's kind of nuts. And then it's not only that, they also have the other chocobos too, which is cool. You got from like the mountain chocobos, the pink chocobo. There's so many cool little details they have on this stuff. And you see all the like they got Terra, Kefka, Sephiroth. There's so many different cards. We finally got like Tifa on here, Gratia. There's a lot. Even the Clive card can transform into Ifrit, of course. It would be weird if it didn't, but that's awesome. So I'm not saying all that we're going to be expecting any story stuff coming out of these cards, but there are some really cool, unique things that the characters do that pretty much lore-wise are kind of accurate. So with the Aerith card, which is pretty awesome, whenever she's a lifelink, so whenever you gain life, you can put a +1/+1 counter on Aerith, and then when she dies, you can put the same number of counters that she accumulated on each legendary creature, where X is the number of counters that on Aerith when she died. So that's actually really cool. You can sacrifice her, and she gives a final gift to the entire party, well, as long as they are legendary creatures. So there's another Aerith card, Aerith the Last Ancient, where it says raise at the beginning of your end step. If you gain life this turn, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If you gain 7 more life this turn, return that card to the battlefield instead. That kind of sounds like Cloud pulled that out at the end of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So it's cool to see that they're doing stuff like this. I recently started playing Magic, and I've been mostly dabbling in like the beginner light deck, which is like the white cards, and I've been starting to messing around with the green cards, which I'm really liking a lot. So it's gonna be pretty exciting, man. And like, look at this Sephiroth art here too. This is fucking amazing. This is the actual card itself. I haven't seen the English version of it. I don't know if there will be one, if that's how Magic does it. I'm a noob, still learning. It sounds like this Sephiroth card and Aerith really will combo together kind of well if you can make it work, I guess. So Sephiroth can seemingly sacrifice another creature whenever he enters or whenever he attacks. You may sacrifice another creature, and if you do, you draw a card. And when that happens, when another creature dies, you can target the opponent. The target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So if you go back and you read the Aerith card, whenever you gain life, you can put a +1/+1 counter on Aerith. So if you manage to get both of them on the field, I imagine, and then Sephiroth sacrifices or kills Aerith in some way, he can then distribute all of those counters that he helped build throughout the entire team. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. And then say for Sephiroth, he has Supernova and he's flying. When this creature transforms into Sephiroth, One Winged Angel, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So that kind of continues that effect. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of creatures if you do draw that many cards. Kind of fun. I can't wait to get into this a little bit more and get better. If you guys have any ideas on like certain decks I should try out, please let me know. I did see some people like theory crafting like turn 2 wins with Tifa, which is nuts if everything works out. They even have this other Sephiroth Fallen Hero card. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may put a cell counter on target creature. Until end of turn, each modified creature you control has a base power and toughness of 7/5. Equipment, auras you control, and counters are modifications. The Reunion 3. Sacrifice a modified creature. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This is gonna be fun, man. And they even got stuff like, and this isn't drawn by Nomura, so this isn't like entirely canon at all. It's just fun to see. I don't like this design of the ultimate weapon, but this effect looks like it's going to be really good on Cloud. So Cloud's effect. When Cloud enters, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand and shuffle. As long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers a 2nd time. So does that mean it doubles this if you have that on Cloud? That's pretty cool. And that definitely would make it the ultimate weapon. I'm not such a fan of the skinnier Ultima weapon look. Yo, the OG game, man, you kind of want the big chunky one. This is kind of closer to that, but it's more of like a straight line. This looks like that one sword that you get in Rebirth. Kind of want the big giant like diamond look, that like chunky right at the fucking hilt of the sword. Cloud's limit break. You got different tiers. You do cross slash, blade beam, and omni slash. Destroy all tap creatures. Cool. Actually, I did see a card I was playing with yesterday that taps all of my opponent's monsters. So I can see that working well if you could pull that off. Even got a Zack Fair card. Listen to this one. He enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. By the way, he has 0 attack and 1 toughness. Sacrifice Zac. Target creature you control gains indestructible until the end of its turn. Put Zac Fair's counters on that creature and attach an equipment that was attached to Zac Fair to that creature. Fun ways that they're kind of tying in some nods and story nods and lore to these cards to work with other characters. Dark Steel Plate. Indestructible. Equipped creature has indestructible. That's kind of baller, man. You know, Cloud plot armor, basically. This is his plot armor card. The Tifa card. This has Trample, which is a really cool effect I've been learning recently, and I've also been messing around with green decks, so I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more on how to build this Tifa even crazier. I love that it's the exotic dress too. I did see on this Reddit thread, somebody shared me this in Discord. If you scroll down, some of these guys are talking about theory crafting like Tifa builds, and this one dude says you can do turn 1 land, Mox, Tifa, turn 2 scale up and fetch. Don't know what any of that means, but they're saying essentially you could beef her the fuck up and win on turn 2. Here's the Barrett card. I saw this one today. So legendary creature, human, rebel. I've noticed everybody has like a legendary creature variant and then a standard version. So reach, avalanche, whenever an equipment you control enters, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token. At the beginning of combat of your turn, attach 1 target equipment you control to the target rebel you control. I want to see what the standard Barrett can do. And then we got Vincent. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, puts a number of 1/1 counter on Vincent Valentine equal to that creature's power. Whenever Vincent attacks, you may transform it. So does this also work with Sephiroth too? Because I noticed it is one of those undead cards, and Sephiroth, yeah, he's the same as well. So Vincent and Sephiroth actually will work together pretty well, it seems like. And this is some more art for Vincent. So really cool stuff, man. The Magic the Gathering collab has been announced for quite some time, and if you didn't get your hands on those cards, it seems like it's pretty much sold out, and a lot of people are scalping this shit out of those booster packs. You can get the starter decks of a Cloud and Sephiroth. I saw those are available, which is pretty easy to get on Amazon and stuff, but the rest of the other stuff might be tough to grab, especially with the fact that this chocobo, this limited serialized chocobo exists. Pretty sick though, man. Oh my god, I need this. I'll definitely be making some content on this. I think it'll be really fun to learn how to build different decks and different combinations of not just Final Fantasy 7, but like other Final Fantasy stuff, and then even other things within Magic too. There's so much to explore with this, and I feel like there's thousands of cards already of the Final Fantasy like collaboration. Every day I see like 30, 40, 50 new ones that I didn't see the day before. So pretty cool. It's funny, man. For years, Magic never really grabbed me like that, but of course it'll take Final Fantasy to actually do it. And I think that between this and the Magic the Gathering app game, Arena, inside of Arena, I saw that you could actually pre-order and get the Final Fantasy cards in there. So that'll be really exciting to play around with and just see what exactly you can get within there. I'm going to create a Magic the Gathering thread in our Discord group. I'll be linking the Discord down below too. So you guys go ahead and join that so you can help your boy get better at the game. I want to play with some of you guys and maybe theory craft some builds and understand the game a little bit more, because I'm very, very beginner at it. I'm picking up things pretty good, but I know some of you guys have like 20 plus years experience with this stuff, so I'd love to hear what you guys think. But yeah, guys, that's our first look at Safer Sephiroth and what he very well will be looking like in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. I kind of hope Remake Part 3 also includes more lore stuff about younger Sephiroth. I know that's an Ever Crisis thing, but I still think that besides Glenn, the main story should feature some of this stuff. It's very captivating, and I've been looking forward to seeing more of the chapters roll out and hearing what you guys think about all that. Get Sephiroth and his Seymour face. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy videos are on the way, and you don't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.